We're here.
Do the welcome back.
The welcome back to the TM New Home Connection. It's another episode. We have a special guest, and I'm really excited.
And it's not Jared.
When are they coming?
It's not, well, Jared is joining us as a co-host today.
When are they coming?
I am always a special guest.
You are a special guest. So I normally don't get the honors of reading the LinkedIn, but I'm going to do it today. Is that okay?
Go ahead, girl.
Okay. So to introduce our guest of the day, we've read a lot of LinkedIn's.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm a little nervous
But
now.
I'm excited. You really went above and beyond
What did I put
on
on
this
LinkedIn again?
introduction. Have you
You're about
looked
to
at your
find out.
LinkedIn lately?
I want to see it. Can I see it?
Yes. Well, let me read it.
Pretty sure I wrote it.
Buckle your
You did
seatbelt.
great. I'd like for you to write
Thank you.
mine.
Okay.
Passionate sales leader, Ironman athlete. This is my favorite part. Dad of 4 future world changers.
Yeah.
Do you not love that? That's his little subject. So it goes into highly motivated sales leader with a 17-year history of hard work, dedication, and self-development.
Wow.
So on and so forth. But without further ado, we have our friend Jonathan Haynes with us today. Welcome.
I was afraid you were going to read the whole thing.
I started to, but I want people to hear directly from
They
you.
might tune out.
No, that intro
Like,
is stronger
that's
than
too
my
long.
That
coffee.
intro is very,
Yes.
it's stronger than the mushrooms that I'm having this morning. No,
special
We
I
don't want your
mushrooms.
mushrooms to be very strong.
Well, my mushrooms they're powerful.
She's like, Mario Brothers. Mushrooms.
Jonathan and I have already had a side conversation about
Tell
the
her.
mushrooms, and I'd like to give
That's
a
right.
shout out to his wife, Paige, because she also partakes in the
That's right.
mushrooms.
That's
So
right.
shout out Paige.
That's right.
She
We
knows
could say the
what's up.
brand, but then they would probably need to
Yeah, listen,
You
I'm
know,
not a
product placement.
influencer,
That's right.
brander
Yeah.
person, but nonetheless, if you need more details about the mushrooms, just let Paige or I know, and we will get you set up.
Mushroom.
But
coffee.
welcome.
Thanks. Appreciate
Happy
it.
to have you here.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Good to be here.
So excited.
I'm excited.
Good.
And I love that intro. So have you ever thought about writing a book?
It's funny you asked that. Actually, I've had some salespeople that have told me I should write a book.
Really?
My wife has told me before I should write a book, but we'll see. I don't know.
About
So it
what?
sounds like there's one in the works.
Well, I mean, I've
Kind
said
of.
some things. I mean, I've written out some things, but I don't know. I don't think it's enough for a book.
Is
So-
it?
It seems daunting to me. That seems like I have to have a ton of material for that.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
well, with a title like this, you could, I feel like you could
I could
just
pull it
really,
off.
yes.
I feel like the
Just sit
pages
down
would
for an
write
afternoon.
themselves.
Maybe I should have my wife Paige write it for me.
Ooh. Well, now you can just do it like
She's
audio.
actually better than I am
You
about
could
that.
just,
She's a
like-
great writer.
You could just record your thoughts on your phone, and instead of sitting there writing them, you can just record them and then turn that into a book.
Or just tell AI to or
Yes.
chat GT or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not the same.
I know. I
but
saw your look.
Yeah,
Don't do that. That
don't
would
do
be-
that.
that'd be
No,
lame.
don't discredit yourself. But tell us about yourself in your
Hmm.
own words without AI. Tell us about Jonathan before the Jonathan that's in front of us today.
Okay. So I grew up in Houston. So
You are a native
I am,
Houstonian.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know that about you.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually lived here all my life. So
Really?
yeah,
Same
yeah.
here.
So grew up in Friendswood,
Okay.
and left for school, and then came back from school, and so I've been here all my life.
Where was school?
School was Sam Houston.
Okay, so you didn't go far.
Yep,
You
not
went
far.
down the road.
Yeah,
Down
down the road.
I-45.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
would up I-45.
Right, right.
Oh,
It's-
yeah,
Right.
up I-45.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it wasn't far.
So no, not at all.
Okay.
But I had family in the area, and she has family in the area, so it made sense. So we just came back home afterwards. So
She as in your wife?
yeah,
Oh, wait, so y'all were together before?
we were. Yeah, so we're high school sweethearts.
Oh.
I was gonna say cue the sound effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we met each other when we were 17, and yeah. So
Are
Sounds-
you
ever
and
since.
you and your
Sounds
wife are
like
high
a
school?
good book.
Right? Yeah.
But you and your
good
wife
start,
are high
right?
school sweethearts, aren't you?
Kind of, sort of.
What?
Wait, yeah.
What sort of?
No, we were.
I feel like there's a story there.
We were friends in high school. We really didn't start dating until like a month after graduation.
Oh, so that's where the
there was-
sort of.
okay.
The
So
it was like-
technicality.
Okay.
Fair.
Yes.
But you knew each other in high school.
Absolutely. We
Okay.
shared a locker in high school.
What?
Yeah.
Like assigned,
This is not
or
my
you
podcast.
just
No, but it's interesting.
It is
But we
Why
did
would you
share a
share a
locker.
locker?
was Crosby short on lockers?
Potentially.
Low blow.
She wanted to share a locker with the basketball
I mean,
star
it's no-
Crosby.
Crosby's no
sure,
Friendswood,
that was
so-
what it was.
Friends was like top tier.
Like we had the little
Top
short
tier.
lockers, right? Not the full length. So
Oh no!
yeah,
So you shared a locker with
we
her,
shared a locker for
with
like
your
sophomore through senior
with
year.
your future
Oh,
wife.
that
That's
was a long
interesting.
commitment. 3 years of locker sharing.
It was,
But not dating.
not dating.
I consider sharing a
Like
locker.
friends first,
Dating.
type of thing.
What's your
Yeah.
opinion
What's
on
the
this?
pause?
Well, I mean, makes passing notes, I guess, easier.
Because they're just already in
Just
each
leave it in
other's
your locker.
lockers.
Yes, that's how you texted.
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Yeah. So long
'Cause
term
that was like
friends,
93,
though,
94,
I
95.
get where you're getting at. Like,
Yeah.
to have a long time
Yeah.
Locker
opposite sex
commitment.
friend is
Well,
interesting.
that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you shared a locker with a female, but you weren't dating said female.
Were you dating another female?
That was going to be my question.
Sorry.
No, I love it
Potentially.
that you.
Whoa.
Potentially.
Potentially.
That's a yes.
Was it
I will not
someone?
confirm nor deny.
Wait,
Oh,
This is the
yeah.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Haynes podcast. This is why I don't
Listen,
come
no,
to
we're
these.
gonna
we got plenty of time
This
for
is why I don't come to
Jonathan.
these
Right.
things.
We got
We
plenty
have-
of time for
Jonathan wants
Jonathan.
to know too,
That's
because
right.
now the question would be,
Jared's face is just killing me right now.
Melissa, you're going to need
gotta
to
stay in
shed
front of my
some,
microphone.
Right.
some
Hey, the,
details
the
on
past
this.
is the past. It's the past.
But
It's
it's
the past?
interesting.
It is.
You never know what's going to come up in these.
You don't.
So y'all
Podcast.
were just really good friends
But
sharing
there's
a
a-
locker.
We were really good friends sharing a locker. And then started dating after high school.
It's like
And
I
26
shared
So
a
years
the
lot.
later-
locker had to
27
disappear.
years later, 26 years later.
The
we're
locker
still
had to
together.
disappear, and then you had to date.
Don't
That's
write my
right.
story.
You're telling it to me. This is how it's being perceived.
You're trying to counsel or something. And that's not.
She's using her degree.
Tell me,
This is-
tell me,
this
tell
is-
me more.
This is the past.
That's good. You got
Tell
to use
me
your head every
more
once in a while.
about the locker
does
and how
that-
you felt
how does
about
that
it.
make you feel?
Yeah, how does the
They
locker
went from sharing
situation
a locker
make
to
you feel?
sharing a home. It's a cute story.
Jared,
That
is,
is cute.
Jared is more concerned with playing basketball and being Crosby's basketball
I'll
star
write
in
a book
high
after
school.
Jonathan writes a book.
About playing basketball?
Yeah.
Just about everything.
We should do it in our spare time.
Yeah.
Y'all have plenty of that.
There's
Right.
lots of spare
Whatever
time.
that is.
So, okay, back to Jonathan's story.
Yeah.
Sorry, we derailed
No,
for
it
a
was good.
moment. But y'all came back to Friendswood or just the Houston area
So,
after
League City.
college?
League City.
Yeah.
Okay, what brought you to League City?
Well, the cost of living is good in Lake City.
Okay.
So we found a starter home out there and a community called Brittany Lakes. And
yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yep. So we built our first home out there and it was good.
And not far from Friendswood.
Very, very close to Friendswood. Yeah.
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 What were you doing at this time for
So,
work?
so that kind of leads to how I got into the industry. So I got my degree, didn't use it at all.
What was your degree in?
Advertising, graphic design.
Oh, so you thought that was where you
Wow.
were going to go with that.
So I love art.
Okay.
And I thought, hey, I can probably make money from it. Well, not so much. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that are making a killing doing art, but
Sure.
I didn't. So,
Like
Starving
drawing,
artists.
painting, sculpting. I mean, what?
so I did painting all when I was growing up.
Okay.
And so I went to college thinking, I can do that on the computer basically. And you can, and I did, but I got into it. I did some internship with an advertising agency, and I said, this is not what I want to do. So
Real quick.
yeah, didn't take long.
So you mentioned you did paint, like
Yeah.
hand painted?
Yeah.
Do you still paint?
I don't. I know. I should be painting.
I was gonna say we could take one
I
of
take it
your.
back. I do paint, actually. When my daughter says, hey, sit down, let's paint.
And then
paint.
it's time for daddy to really shine. Then at
Yes.
that point, I
And
feel
then
like that's your
you
moment
take
to
over.
excel.
Like push her
I'm like,
to
you're
the
not
side.
mixing it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
What are
no,
you
so
doing?
So I guess I do paint. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
Do
not
you
quite the same.
do you have any of your old paintings? Do you have any of your old work?
do.
You do?
Yeah.
I want to see.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
right now, right this second.
Do you pictures of your painting?
No.
He has a whole album
I mean,
on his
I
phone.
have like 100,000 probably images in my phone, so I probably could find one, but that'd take a little bit.
Second episode.
Yeah.
That's
That's right.
You
Have me
should
back for part 2.
Yeah.
Send us photos of your paintings,
Okay.
and we can put it like in the carousel.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yes.
so
Yeah.
not necessary.
I feel like it is.
Why? You
That's-
can make money doing this. You
Because you
I
need a
feel-
fallback.
Right, exactly. In case this doesn't work out for you,
Just
then you
in
can
case.
go do that.
I mean,
Okay.
17 years, you just never know.
You never know.
Never know.
I'm really
know.
interested. What did you
I
like
can
to
write
paint?
like LinkedIn profiles. I could do that too.
Ooh,
I'm going to need you to edit mine because that was
Yes.
really powerful.
writing
welcome.
copy is
Yeah,
definitely a
enjoy.
lucrative business. Writing
Yeah.
copy for people.
Yeah.
But I really want to see your paintings. What did you
Okay.
paint? What did you like to paint?
Oil paintings, pastels. Those are the two.
Animals,
Watercolors.
landscape.
Landscapes predominantly.
I want to see.
Okay. Okay. Fair
Okay.
enough.
It's going to happen.
I want
will
to
do it.
see this
I will
art.
do
We're going
it.
to follow up. She may want to
It doesn't
frame
need to
one
be on the
and-
carousel,
and put
but-
it here in the swag suite.
I
Oh
might
my
buy
gosh.
one with Jared's credit card and put it in here.
That's right.
Yes, this is
Right.
amazing.
Right. This podcast is going so well.
Bring your pastels, my friend.
Right.
Bring your pastels.
Yeah. Thank you.
We will buy
Thank
them.
you. Thank you.
So I
Yeah.
am curious, how did that lead to the builder world?
Yeah.
Yes.
So when I was decided that I didn't want to do that, I went back to restaurant world because I knew that.
Yeah.
And I knew I could make good money there.
Yes.
And so I did that for a little bit, but I knew it was temporary because working those kind of hours and having a marriage when she was not working those hours was a challenge.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so, so I went into portrait photography actually. So from there, I went to portrait photography. I was a general manager of her studio for a year because it's photography, which is art related. So I enjoyed that part of it.
Yes.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah,
I'm learning
yeah.
so much.
Fascinating, right?
Painting,
really not.
photography,
He's a little
nice.
artist.
writing.
I
You
never
are.
knew.
You're very creative. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Okay.
Nah, sorry.
Always
First
the
whole
only
lefty.
lefty in the room.
Yeah.
I thought for sure you might be a lefty though.
No. My grandfather was, but not me.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyhow, so did that for a year as a general manager. Worked my tail off, and like 16-hour days, 6 days a week, just crazy.
Yeah.
So not really like getting away from the idea that thought I was getting away from
Yeah.
restaurant world. I just did it
Right.
in a different capacity, and so I did that for a year. And my father-in-law, who worked in new home sales, said, "You should really do what I do." And I said, "That's your thing." Like, I don't need to do that. That's your thing.
Who was he with?
He was with Chesmar at the time.
Really?
Yep.
I'm looking at Jarette.
Oh, you should see her
Light
face.
bulb.
Now,
Yeah, there's the
yes.
connection.
Came full
There you
circle.
go.
Connected.
It
All
did.
the way around.
It did because
So-
I knew his father-in-law.
Yeah. Jim Mock.
Yes, he was a wonderful man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But did you say that's your thing because it was your father-in-law?
No, it was just because it was. So I say my father-in-law. I mean, Paige and I grew up together. So from 17 all the way through. So
Right.
we were very close. And so, but I just felt like, hey, that's not my gig. You know,
Yeah.
that's your
Yeah.
gig. And I just didn't ever think of myself being in sales, although I was in sales.
Sure.
It's
and
not commission.
Right. I wasn't 100% commission sales, right? So I was in portrait studio, which of course is in sales, and I did sales all day long, but I didn't really view it that way
Right,
for
right.
whatever reason. So, yeah.
So so your father-in-law said, "Hey,
This is going to be like a 3-hour long podcast at this point, but that's
it's
okay. I'm
okay.
cool
I
with
want to
it.
know what was that moment then that you made the leap."
I think it was kind of where, I wanted to be home more often, and I saw that as a ability to be home more often.
Okay.
And so be more present at home. And so it's funny to say go into new home sales to be home more often.
I was just
that
thinking
feels
that.
like a strange thing
Gosh,
to say.
I
but-
really.
yeah.
Bite your tongue.
Yeah,
Right. I'm like,
comparing to the service industry, though, I mean, those hours
Sure.
are
Yeah.
terrible. I say terrible. I mean, they're just very long hours.
well, I mean, I was already working the weekends, so it wasn't like
Yeah.
a big, huge
Right.
leap. So,
but more of set hours.
more-
Like, hey, the model is
kind
open
of, yeah.
10 to 6.
yeah, I mean, well, whenever I was in charge of the whole thing in portrait studios, it's like I felt like I had to be there at least. I felt like I had to be there almost all the time because the whole success of the store I felt like rode on my shoulders.
Sure.
Right.
And so anyhow, yeah. So changed it over. Yeah. Got put out my resume to 2 different places. They both offered me a position, and then I just picked which one I wanted to go with. And
Who'd you pick?
yeah,
And that was not Chesmore.
it was not Chesmore. I didn't apply with Chesmore first. So I actually applied with Brighton Homes. Of course, they're not called Brighton anymore.
They're not.
Oh.
And which is now K Havnanian Homes. But and then I applied with MHI. So
Okay.
and which had Pioneer and Plantation at the time.
Yes.
They didn't just have Coventry.
Love
Yeah.
listening
So,
to these old
yeah.
names.
I know, me too.
Yeah. So anyhow,
Takes me back.
yeah. So I went with Coventry or Plantation or Pioneer, whichever one you want to call them. But because they put me on the floor right away, and I said that sounds good.
Ah.
Yes. Jump right in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
was it everything you thought it would be?
It was
Or were
great.
you calling your father-in-law being like, this
No.
was not what
This is still your thing.
So like the whole running the store was the same, right? But
Sure.
I actually had less responsibilities now. When I went to that, I had less that I had to manage. And so I was just managing my community. And no, it was great.
What year was this?
06, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 2006. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
You
I
were
didn't
there
meet you when you were at MHI.
No.
So I was expecting a different answer, so I didn't know this about
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
But
wow.
you were at MHI for a while, right?
Just a year. Yeah.
Oh,
Just a year.
But then
well,
it
then
was
what
chaos.
happened?
short.
and then what?
And then what happened?
That's right. Tell us more.
So I decided that I wanted to go to another place, and so I actually applied with Brighton again, and they said, "Yeah, we'll take you on," and then started working there, and it was awesome. Yeah, I was there for a long time.
It's like 8 or 9 years or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
9, almost 10. Yeah,
really?
yeah,
I didn't know this either.
yeah.
I guess I
Learned
just
all sorts of things.
I just assumed when I met you that was
The first time.
that was where it started.
That's when I started New Home Sales.
No, there was a whole nother
No.
life before
Oh
that.
yes.
All before the 2008 fund.
Oh.
Yes,
Sounds
exactly.
like a book.
Right.
Oh my god. We're just gonna keep like throwing that little Easter egg at
Right.
him.
Chapters
Like
and
Yeah.
chapters.
Right.
yeah. So
And
you
then-
were with Brighton for
Yes.
almost 10 years? Almost
Yeah.
10 years?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm looking at y'all.
Yeah.
Almost 10 years.
That's right. Yeah.
What happened for you to leave Brighton and where did you go after that?
Yeah, so I was getting to so one of the things about me is I really like a challenge. And so I was getting to the point where I was feeling like I wasn't challenged. And I was looking for a change. And actually, more tie-in. You're going to love this, Christy. So long story short. So my son, my oldest son, had a dream to build somebody a home. And he was 6 or 7. I can't remember what age he was, but he said he wanted to build somebody a home that didn't have one. And so, so yeah, it's a really pretty awesome story that we could probably take a whole hour to talk about. But
Yes.
raised money from classmates. He actually went to school and told his friends about it and raised money from school, and then went down the block and told his story and raised money there. And so anyhow, so he ended up my father-in-law, who was again at Chesmore, Don Klein heard about it, and Don Klein said that he wanted to be a part of that. And so so Jim came home and told my son, hey, my company is going to finish off the rest of what's needed to build a house for somebody. So
Yes.
yeah.
And they
So
brought
anyhow,
him in, brought his son in. There's pictures of them.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a huge
Did this start something
Thing.
with Chesmar? I mean, was this something
Chesmar
that they
does a
can...
lot of things, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was it's Habitat for Humanity was involved in it.
Yeah.
So we started collecting all this money and we didn't know what to do with it. And so we went to Habitat because we said, well, we felt strange like keeping the money in our like possession. We
Sure.
felt strange having donations that we were just holding on to. And so we went to them to say, hey, we need you to be a vehicle for us. We need you to collect, like, we want you to take this money, and then we want you to set up a way that more people can pay into it, because we don't want to have our hands in it anymore. And so anyhow, so they agreed to that, and they set it up, and people started making donations into it, and it just kind of grew. And then, once Don heard about it, it kind of finished it off and made it happen. So pretty cool thing. Yeah.
So, and you don't have to disclose, was it in a Chesmar community that they did this? No, it was just...
No, it was a piece. Well, because what happened was there was a family that was identified for the home, and so for that family, it had to be in a general area of her work, and so
that
found
makes
some
sense.
land. That land was purchased, and then the house was built. So, yeah.
So, what does your son do now?
He is 15, about to be 16. He is he's bigger than me. He's 6'3" and about 80 pounds or so.
Oh my goodness.
He's big. Yeah.
Like he said, he's raising
golfer.
future world changers,
Yeah.
and they were changing the world
He's a
at that
golfer.
age. I remember the picture
Yeah.
of your father-in-law and him, and he was young.
Oh yeah.
Does he have interest in getting into the real estate business at all?
He has said that he would like to get into it. We'll see. I mean, he's watched it for a long time with Dad and with me, and so he's certainly familiar with it. So he's asked me, he's like, what kind of degree do I need to get to be in new home sales? When I just kind of chuckled.
None.
Negative.
0.
So you're gonna save dad money.
Yeah. I don't know. That might
I
be
would
a
just say
debate between
business.
Paige.
Just get a business degree.
Yeah.
It's a good
That was-
fallback.
yeah. Business,
Business.
counseling, psychology.
Counseling will help
Yeah.
a lot in this business.
Yeah.
People are
Finance.
very emotional in this business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyhow, but Don Klein called me up and when I was at Brighton and said, or K Hovnanian, I guess at that time, and so and said, would you be open to a position? And so so that's how it got started.
So then he came
Yeah.
to Chesmar.
But I was a loan officer for a sniffle of time.
Yes,
so
he
I did
was.
that.
So you weren't on the sales floor at Chesmar?
I wasn't, because I was like, I don't know if I want to do like the same thing again.
Challenge.
Challenge. I wanted something different. And so, and I also thought that I would work less hours.
Oh, as a loan officer?
I thought, yeah. Shout out to the loan officers.
Yes.
Sorry.
Huge shout out to
Yes.
loan officers.
We need you.
Yes.
For sure.
All hours of
I
the
can't
day.
be one of you.
No.
Not again.
You tried.
I did
You
it.
did good. But yeah, it's
I mean, I
not-
could, but no.
You can do a lot of
It
things.
wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So,
So that was short lived?
yeah, about a year and a half maybe. So did that, and then I went back to the sales floor with Chesmar. So I went to Chesmar's lender, I should say. So I went to Chesmar's lender, and then I went to Chesmar's sales floor for a little bit. So
So how long were you on the sales floor with Chesmar?
not long. I ultimately went to Lennar for a little bit.
Finally,
and,
we are where I met you.
There you go. You're like, gosh, that was a long
Insert-
build-up.
That was
Christy-
like,
Can you edit all that out?
Insert Christy Price into the story.
Like,
into
she's
the
like,
book.
goodness.
I'm
like,
waiting this
where-
whole time.
where is
Chapter
Where's
Lennar?
he going
28.
with this?
Lennar.
28.
Oh my goodness.
You're in chapter 13 of his book now.
Oh my goodness.
Christy Price
The
gets
13th
mentioned.
chapter.
I just
Maybe we should
remember-
change that number.
The
I
EI
remember
chapter.
meeting you.
Yeah.
What is that community down south? It's in the
Yeah,
of
Lakes of
Savannah.
Savannah.
there it
yeah.
is.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I remember meeting you at
Oh,
Lakes
yeah.
of Savannah.
Oh, yeah. Good times. Good times.
But he
Were you
called
there?
me.
I did.
He did. Because I
Jared
remember
called
joining
you.
Turner Mangum. Yeah, before you were with us. And I joined, and then we're like, let's go visit Jonathan. And I'm having to drive like cross country.
Wait,
I'm like,
a
wait,
track.
where did my friend
It's a
move
track.
to?
that's way too long.
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
trek down there.
It is.
So
But it was a good community.
it was a
great-
very good community.
Great community for many years.
50s, yeah.
For many
It
years.
was a really there was if I remember correctly, there were 2 or 3 model homes down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I remember I would go and I'd visit yours, and then there were
Had
one or 2
different
others.
3 different product lines.
3.
Yeah, I think it
Next
was
gen.
3. It was a nice little community.
It was
It did well for a long time.
for a long time.
Funny thing is, I actually worked in that community twice under 2 different builders.
Oh,
Who was the other one?
Brighton.
Well, I guess because, yeah, it wasn't. So,
Yeah.
just the Lakes of Savannah.
he came full
Guru.
circle.
Yeah.
And then he was like,
It's weird.
now I need a bigger challenge. Let me
Well,
add
wait,
more to my
wait.
plate.
Lennar.
right.
So Lennar.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's where.
I met Jared.
Yes.
Yes.
But not in Lakes of Savannah. Just at the sales meeting?
Just in.
Where did we meet?
So what? I don't want to say the word attract. What attracted you to Jared?
I don't want to say
at
it, but
Lennar.
attract.
But I will put emphasis on it.
The wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, well, I think that it was just that Jared was he did what we did, right? So, like that's always been a big thing that has made him attractive as somebody to partner with. Well, I can't get out of the word now. I mean,
Yeah,
you
we're
said
in the
it.
word.
But at Lennar, because I know that you and Jared had a connection at Lennar. Yes?
Yes, but I'm trying to remember the first time.
Because you weren't in Lake Savannah, that you were up north.
No,
No, I was already.
he was.
Oh, you were gone.
Yes, he was gone. For
Yes, because
we didn't work together at Lennar.
We never
No,
worked
he
together.
and I
Okay.
worked together.
Not in the capacity
I am
of salesperson
so
to
out-
salesperson.
I'm
Sorry.
so out of the Jonathan loop.
I feel like we need to draw. Do we need? We need
I
a
need
drawing.
Yes.
like a flow
We need
chart.
a drawing.
Timeline.
Can you do an oil painting
do a
with some
drawing here?
landscape, please, for price
You got some paint.
to get her
We
caught up?
actually
I'm
have.
joking, we're
We have a
not doing
whiteboard.
that.
Some happy little trees in the back.
Right.
We have a whiteboard
Happy
that he
little
could
40
draw a
foot
flow
product.
chart on.
Can we pause and we'll make a drawing?
Yes.
So no, I met him. So he was already a real estate agent at that time, and so I met you. I guess probably Lennar just brought you in and talked about the different programs that you offered. It's probably how it happened.
Remember.
Everything I have
I don't
thought
either.
in my head is wrong. I
Yes.
thought you trained Jonathan. I'm like literally
Yes.
like everything
No.
I
You
know
trained
about
me.
Jonathan
I was
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 just
a mini
it was
Jared.
a dream I had. I made it up.
It's just
I
a
don't
dream.
remember the
I
first
did. This
time.
was. I literally thought.
Cue Nelly.
Oh, that's
It's
wrong.
only
Cute.
just a dream.
I seriously made all this up in my head. That
Wow.
Jared.
Was it a good story though?
It was a great
No,
story.
Alright,
she
perfect.
can't
I mean, we can
wait to
roll with
read
that.
your
Roll-
book
roll with it.
because
I mean, I thought that you were just a young whippersnapper at
Wow, there you
Lennar,
go.
and
'cause
they
what year was
put
that?
they shacked you up with Jared.
What year was
He
that?
trained you, and you were like, "Oh my goodness, this guy is just
Like 18-ish?
cool."
17-ish?
Like maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Is that
yes,
right?
because I
So
had
18.
joined
Yeah,
and we had
That's
gone
right.
down there all the way. Lake
I think that's
Savannah.
right.
The first time we started working together,
Yeah.
you were in Lakes of Savannah.
right. That's correct.
But I don't remember the first time we actually met.
I don't either.
But you got to where you'd call me at 6, 7 o'clock
All the time.
all the time.
All the time.
And I learned quickly that I'm on speaker.
Yes.
With
And
who?
there's people in
Whoever
front
I
of
was
him.
selling a home to.
Oh,
yeah.
you would call him
Oh yeah.
to help people out, but
Of
on speaker at the
course.
model.
Lease buyouts, contingencies.
I
and
usually would let you know though. It usually wasn't a secret. Usually.
I think we finally got a system. Like, hey,
It was
text
a
it was
secret.
rough in the beginning.
It was a
but-
secret at first.
Right.
text me before.
Right.
Because if a friend calls me, sometimes I'll answer and I'll,
Might answer it differently.
slightly.
Maybe.
He'll bring out one of his other personalities.
I like them all. It's fun.
So you called me a lot.
I did. I called you a bunch.
Good,
Yeah.
good,
Yeah,
good for
I did.
you.
But it was always about like, hey, we're closing a deal.
Always.
Yes, business.
Yeah.
It was, you had a good run in Lake Savannah.
I did.
That's where we started really working together.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, hey, Jared, I've got Mr. and Mrs. Jones here in front of me. They have a lease or they have a home to sell.
Right.
Explain the programs.
Right.
And you would just sit back and
Right.
let me rattle for a minute or two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was
It was brief. I mean,
Yeah.
probably like 5-minute call, maybe.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
This
But
was all wrong in my head.
well,
Welcome
hope
to
I
the
didn't shatter
party.
your
I
dream.
have no. I have.
I feel
one-
like we shattered a dream today.
you know.
See, when
Actually,
you were
Should we
visiting
say a
those 3
prayer
model
together?
homes, I was getting the calls.
Should we mourn for the?
You were driving to Lake Savannah for
you weren't-
nothing.
to be continued after the podcast.
I don't think you guys were connected yet, if I remember correctly.
No,
Oh,
they
So-
were not.
But
No.
you had several partners in and out of there.
I met Jared.
I did.
at Lake Savannah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every time I walked in, it's not like there was somebody different.
Yes.
Johnson was there, but there was somebody different. With
Maybe.
T.
With T.
Oh, and I
tea.
remember too, the first time I went
Jonathan's
down
big tea
there,
drinker.
this was such a proud moment for Jared. So you walked into Jonathan's model, and guess what he had in the lobby in his model?
Shrooms,
Oh, I don't
No.
know. What did I
it
have?
was.
Yes.
tea bags.
No.
What did I have?
What?
He said he likes tea. He's serving tea. I don't know.
No.
I don't remember.
He had
a
a
lifetime ago.
whiteboard
Oh, I
Oh,
did
heaven
have
with
a
help
the
us.
whiteboard.
home
Heaven.
of the week.
Home of the week.
And it was all like multicolored.
If my sales team is listening to this right now, no, that's not allowable.
To have a whiteboard.
To have a whiteboard, they can't.
No.
But now
Jonathan
No.
lived
You
for
see
this.
what's back there?
listen, but now it makes sense.
Where?
The
A
whiteboard.
whiteboard.
Now it makes sense.
We
being
have
the
our
artist.
own. We had
Now
to
I
bring
see
a
it.
white.
Through the
yes.
lights.
Now the artist.
Being the
Yeah.
artist makes sense now.
Yes,
all
because it was
different
a very
colors and-
nice, well done whiteboard
In the middle of the model.
And I thought,
It was a whiteboard,
Jared,
but a well
kind
done
When you
one.
walked in to the right,
of in the office
the
area.
gallery, it's
Oh,
something you saw.
Home of the week.
Cute. It's kinda
Jared
cute.
was a big believer in this. I never had one in my model, but I walked into Jonathan's and I was like, they are in cahoots because, I mean,
I
Jonathan.
forgot that. I mean, it was.
No, I
It was
remember.
consistent.
A
Yeah.
whiteboard will stop people.
Well, yeah.
It will stop them in their
But
tracks.
Right.
They will
we
ask
can't
questions.
elaborate on
Right.
it because his people cannot do whiteboards. So don't, you
No.
can't have
No,
a
we
whiteboard.
can
Wait,
talk
no,
about
no.
it.
Why will
They're just not allowed. They
why
know.
will a whiteboard stop you in your tracks?
A consumer that's been to 10
Whoever
model
you are
homes,
talking about.
It's something different.
If I'm a buyer,
Good answer.
And I've
See,
gone
I
to-
just needed a good answer.
and I've gone to 10 different model
Differentiate
homes.
or die. That was something an old trainer told me that.
Yes.
What was it?
Differentiate or die.
Yeah, I know it's really extreme, right? I mean,
That is
didn't-
everything
lose
to
the
me
sale.
now.
I'm just saying. No, but seriously, I had a sales trainer that told me that when I first started the business. I know you guys are cracking
I'm
up.
here for
I'm
this.
thinking
Yes.
of this being clipped out from this episode
Oh, yeah.
and it being
It
the
probably
headline,
will be.
differentiate or die.
Right, exactly. That's probably
You're
not the
never
best.
going to make it.
Motivational training by Jonathan.
Right,
Haynes.
exactly.
This is easily becoming one of my favorite episodes.
Well, after I shattered your dream.
No, honestly,
Oh, the
And
dream
she
killer.
didn't even make
Yeah.
it in until chapter 13. She's still like so upset.
You're still in 13.
I'm
13
loving
is not the best number.
I have
thought,
learned
right?
so much about
Is
you.
it?
You know, this is why we do this. We
Yes.
do this podcast so that us and everyone
The
listening
listener.
can learn more about you because I had no
so
idea.
much to learn.
Yes.
I had no idea. And now I need to see paintings. I've got questions about whiteboards. There's been multiple builders. You didn't even know Jared. You didn't even work with
Right.
Jared. I
No.
thought you worked with Jared.
No,
I'm
I've
just
been
worked
I'm just
gone-
an
with me.
outsider here.
I've been gone
That's
3
right.
years.
He
5
worked
years.
with me.
I did. I worked with Christy.
Oh, at Chesmar.
At Chandler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is that I met you at Lake Savannah.
Yes, you did.
I did.
You
That's
did.
all I know.
And you don't remember the T or the whiteboard.
Neither of
I
us.
don't remember a whiteboard, no.
Oh, no.
was
He had a
there.
very good whiteboard.
But Jonathan was not calling me at 7 o'clock at night.
I was
either,
not.
so-
That might be a little
Aw.
weird.
Aww.
Hey, for at least buyout, call me anytime.
That's right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We had a good like pattern. Like it
We had
was
a
a
really
good,
good run.
Yes.
Yes. When my phone rang,
cadence.
I knew to go outside. If I was at home,
Yep.
this is a business call.
Yep.
Because if you
Yeah.
called me at 2 or 3 o'clock, it was just let's just chat.
Right.
But 6, 7 o'clock at night,
Oh yeah.
it's
Closing
business.
deals.
Yep.
That's when people are writing
Closing
the deals,
deals.
though.
That's when Jonathan
That's
was
when I
writing
get
them.
most of my calls is in the evening.
Well, yeah.
Late afternoon, evening.
So next challenge, you were like,
Next challenge.
you're like, I've tackled,
Lake to
I've
Savannah. I've tackled it.
differentiated myself and I didn't die.
And I didn't die.
So what's next?
Why did I tell you that? I don't
I
know.
love
I am
that.
obsessed
I
with
just
that
kind of
now.
rolled, just kind of rolled out. So
You left Lenore with your whiteboard underneath your
well, I mean, I knew I wanted. So I
Tea in
have.
one hand.
I've led several teams in the past, and so I knew that I had a passion for that. I had a desire for that, and so I did it when I was before I went to college. I did it when I was in college. I did it. I did it whenever I was in the studio, the portrait studio. So I knew I wanted to get back to that. I was just having fun making money, honestly, and so I eventually said, you know what, enough is enough. Let's go do what you were actually supposed to be doing, which is leading a team. And so, yeah, I made a change, and here I am, trend maker / TriPointe.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yay.
that was a long build up to say where are you at now.
Wait, let's all exhale. We've made it to TriPointe.
Yes, we hear that
We
often
did
at
it.
TriPointe homes. A long
We-
exhale.
We've
You've
made it.
You've
Yes.
made it.
We've made it.
Go just meditate in
You've
your
made
sales
it.
meetings.
That's all we do. That's correct.
Oh my gosh, we should.
No, we do way
should-
more than that. You know that. You've
Yes.
been there.
I've
They've
seen
got
you
a
dressed as a
rowdy
turkey
team.
before.
Yes, that's true.
We have a picture of him dressed as a turkey for the
Yeah.
Thanksgiving meeting.
I love that picture
Yeah.
of
I
us.
would love for us to do a sales meeting with y'all and do
Yeah.
like a meditation.
Really?
Jared
That
won't.
seems
Well, we have
very
mushroom
quiet.
tea.
Jared's like,
I
Can we
mean,
do that?
talking.
That AS whatever you said.
Oh,
ASMR.
ASMR.
Your eyes goes totally wide when I say that.
we could do ASMR meditation. with the Tri-Point sales team.
I'll have to
we'll have to
prepare
talk
because
about
that's
that.
very quiet, and
We'll have
I'm
to talk
not
about
good at
We'll
quiet.
do it like so. It's
I'll
busy
bring the
season.
hats and the Stanley.
Right. we'll be.
It's busy season.
We'll talk about it.
So we could do like just a release
Okay.
as we're getting into busy season.
People don't have to be like dressed in spandex or anything, right? This is not a. It's a yoga thing.
Spandex optional.
I don't know.
are-
I
Jonathan's
don't know
like,
about that.
just like whiteboards, we don't allow spandex
We don't.
either.
Right.
No
Going to
athleisure.
sales rallies in spandex
Athleisure.
is not allowable either.
Oh, we'll figure something out.
Okay.
I think that'd be fun.
Okay.
We could do goat yoga.
Now I'm regretting it.
I've done that.
Have you?
Yes.
Goat yoga.
I've
Is
done
it-
goat
is it
yoga.
fun?
It is fun.
Yeah.
You just need to be prepared for all the things that come along with being around goats.
Right.
Like them
So-
standing on you.
Standing on you,
The
eating
first thing
your
that comes to
hair.
my mind, I'm like, you're really gonna have to make some edits. Like poop.
No.
Yeah.
Poop.
Like there's, yeah, I'm sure there's.
They
Goat
went
poop.
around to like the hay, so not
sure.
necessarily
I mean-
on your yoga mat.
I mean,
I think that's what she was alluding to.
so hang on, they're potty trained. These
well,
goats?
I mean, if they're on your yoga mat and on you, they're probably playing more so than like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom and just pop in a squat right there.
So they're aware enough to go like, oh, hang on.
Well, I did not personally.
They're
well,
like
let me
little
rephrase.
cats.
I did not personally have a goat go to the bathroom on me.
Okay. So nobody
It
else
did
did
eat
either.
my hair. It did. It did.
Oh,
It was when I was
no.
a blonde, and I think it was confused, thinking it was like hay. And so we have video of this.
So do goats see color? Now I'm really into this.
Oh well,
Don't look at me.
I don't. He's
Everybody looks
across
like-
me.
yeah,
He would know.
because-
Oh, wait, you have what? No, you have donkeys. You have donkeys.
We have no goats.
No
I am
goats?
not a goat
No.
advocate. No, we have no goats.
You have donkeys though, right?
We did.
Did. Oh yeah, the donkeys died.
Yeah, the donkeys did die. We never really like officially tackled that subject, but
Okay.
no more donkeys. But nonetheless, okay. Your official title at Tri-Point
We have
New-
now.
Oh
New-
wow, we've got
new
to that
official
now.
Yes,
title.
we're
Yeah.
pivoting. We're
Okay,
pivoting
pivoting.
because
New
yes,
official
the
Pivot.
new official title.
There is
This
a new title.
Yes.
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 Newish.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, newish.
Month
yeah.
or so? 6 weeks?
It's been longer
Beginning
than
of the
that.
year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for the new title.
And we're in
Yeah,
what?
we're doing it.
April? Okay.
yeah.
So it is.
Director of sales.
Yay! Congratulations. So
Thank
this
you.
is your latest challenge and endeavor.
Right.
I like
Correct.
it.
Yes.
I like it.
is.
So you
It's
are
good.
overseeing, you have 2 sales managers.
I do. I have 2
Okay.
sales managers. I have an internet sales team. So basically, I'm in charge of sales.
I
So,
love
yeah.
that. Leading the whole pack.
It's good. Yeah. Leading the whole pack. That's right. Yep.
Very nice.
But we've got some awesome, awesome leaders. So
You do.
Tammy and William are awesome. And
Yes.
so I'm so, so happy to have them because they are phenomenal.
Yay.
Great hearts, hardworking, very experienced.
And a great team.
Yeah.
Also.
You do
It
have
is
a
a
great,
great
team.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll help you now in your new role to be able
Yeah.
to excel because you know you can trust them
Absolutely.
with running their ship as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
It's a good thing.
Congratulations.
thanks.
I
That's
love
exciting.
that.
It's fun.
So how are
I'm
you
enjoying it.
feeling about this new role? Is it is the fulfillment
How am I
Has
feeling?
it-
Fulfilling.
is the fulfillment
fulfilled
fulfilling?
now?
Yes. Has it
Are you
happened?
good now?
Or-
Are you
or-
finally challenge been met? Has
I-
it finally met?
I feel
Challenge?
like
Yeah.
the book.
Yeah. The book.
The book
Yeah.
would just put the little cherry on
gosh.
The
the
Book of Jonathan.
There's a lot
Jonathan.
of pressure
The
for
Book of
this book
Jonathan.
now.
Cherry on the book of Jonathan.
No, it's good. It's so what it allows me to do, of course, is to zoom out a little bit and look about the bigger picture and kind of look about how we can make movement within the company to kind of better serve the buyer, better serve the employees. I mean, we're big about our people, our employees at TriPoint, and so we've got all the fun little awards to back it up. You know, most admired company is one of the latest ones that we have.
Oh.
Top 100.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I'm going
good
to
stuff.
interject because, I mean,
Sure,
there's a
do
lot
it.
of awards going
Yeah.
around, one of which we're sitting amongst the winner.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
That one.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
we should get an autograph, essentially.
Oh my gosh.
So he was,
Why am I
Price
so
is so-
out
he
of
was sales manager
Hey,
of the
Christy
year.
Price. Hey, my name's Jonathan Haynes. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
I'm so glad we're meeting for the first time.
I know
Did
you've
you
never
create
met
his
me
LinkedIn
before.
for her?
I'm gonna need to apparently.
No,
Yes.
I do remember sales manager.
For the year.
I do remember.
Sales
But
manager
I thought
of
it was
the
something
year.
different.
Did I put that on there?
No, sales manager of the year.
That's true.
Congratulations.
That
That's a big deal.
It is
yeah.
a big deal.
So just even
It's a
to
huge
be
honor.
nominated
Absolutely.
amongst the elite in our industry.
Well, and also
then-
with the short amount of time you were a sales manager.
Right.
I was gonna say it's
Right.
So 2 years?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he was
2.
born to do.
Yeah.
born
Had
to be
to
a
have been.
leader.
True.
Well, to get the award and then to be director, that's a
Mm-hmm.
quick path.
It is. It is. Yeah. It's it was really not expected at all. Like, so I remember that evening, and honestly, I was like, okay, I've been in a tux for like 5 hours. Just like,
Go home.
like I'm ready. Like,
call it a
you know,
night.
like,
Yeah.
parking that night was not so fun.
No, it was not.
That was
Was
crazy. The traffic and everything. And so at that point, and it was like the last award for the whole evening. And so I just remember sitting there going like, okay, you didn't win. So let's get this over with and go home.
Yeah.
You know?
My feet hurt.
Yeah. I'm just like, come on, at that point, I'm, honestly, like I wake up pretty darn early. And so it was late in the night and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm just tired now. And then they called my name and I was like, I really can't believe that they just called my name. So
You're like, my feet don't hurt anymore. Let me
Yeah.
run up here and get
there's
this
my
hardware.
energy again.
Walking on
Yeah.
air now.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I just went up to the front and said some random thing that I should have been more prepared for, but that's okay. But it was good. Yeah. Pretty incredible honor.
Congratulations.
Totally not expected. You're right. There are awesome people in this industry.
There are.
Incredible leaders, incredible sales managers. So even being nominated is a huge deal. To be a finalist is amazing. I have to sometimes remind myself that actually happened. So
Oh,
it's good.
I love
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And then the director just came out of
Just
nowhere.
nowhere. Total shock. I'm just, it was not no, I mean,
because again, it was quick after
it
only
was
2
quick.
years.
Yeah, that's
it was quick.
definitely
Because
cool.
a lot of companies would outsource that, would bring in somebody with more
Right.
Sure.
more tenure, more experience.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Fortunately, I have some really, not only do I have amazing leaders that I get to help and coach at, with Tammy and Will, but I also have amazing leaders above me too. So with Rhoda, which I know you guys know her,
Oh, yeah.
and also Joe,
Rhoda.
and
Yeah.
just all of the CEO, Doug is amazing. Jarrett from our home office, he's the vice president of sales. And so Linda Mamey, who's our chief marketing officer, all of these people are just amazing leaders and just really good people. So they're people that you would want to share a meal with, they're just good people. And so, I'm fortunate.
Well, that leads to our next question. That was a perfect tee up. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Tee up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us something about TriPointe Homes that
Okay.
maybe not everyone knows or that definitely sets your team apart.
Okay. So TriPointe Homes, and I said this a second ago, or maybe that was 3 hours ago, but
So chapter 3.
yeah, maybe it was chapter 3. So Trendmaker used to be TriPointe Homes, and so maybe that's one thing that probably a lot of people don't know.
Right.
Is that Trendmaker, who's been in Houston for over 50 years,
Correct.
is TriPointe Homes, and so they were acquired. I don't know, about like 8 years ago or so, and then they changed their name probably about 3 years ago. And so it's funny. Whenever I was recruited, I was actually recruited by Trendmaker, and they were like, "Oh yeah, TriPointe." And so it was kind of a morph of a name, a brand at that point. Kind of like Brighton and K Hovnanian.
Yes.
And so anyhow, so probably a lot of people don't know that. It's funny. I still meet people that go, "Oh, I always wondered where TriPointe came from."
Interesting.
one
Yes,
thing.
because
Yeah.
they're not as known in Houston, like you
Right.
said.
Right.
That name is not as recognized. And so I think you
Sure.
guys are still building a brand
Yeah.
for yourselves
Yeah.
and letting people know your story and where y'all come from, and that the truth is that y'all have actually been here a while.
Oh yeah.
It's just renaming of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I've been in Houston for over 50 years building, and we've got some pretty amazing product, of course. So we've always been known for just beautiful luxury product.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
But now we're very diverse. And so that is one of the great things about becoming TriPointe is because we build homes that are on a 40-foot home site.
You do.
And we also build acreage. So to have homes over 200 active plans that kind of go across that spectrum is pretty amazing. So homes that are under 300 and then homes that are well over $1 million. And so, I mean, we have communities that, you know, they're all over $1 million. And so it's just, so that's pretty unique, I think.
I agree.
But we are definitely one of the premium builders. So so all of us have different kind of takes on it, you know, as builders. And, you know, I love all the different builders that are in Houston, and all of them have their different strong suits. But I think that's probably one of the things that set us apart is really kind of the premium experience, the premium home. And it's, you know, when you meet our people, you kind of see that. So
You do. You have a great team.
Yeah.
And they wear the brand well.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
I'm proud of them.
You should be.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
be.
They're awesome.
Yes. So so that's led us up to 17 years.
Yeah, I think we're there yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
What has been your proudest moment or something that you've accomplished within the career timeline?
Proudest moment. Ooh, gosh. What is my proudest moment? I don't know. I feel like I have proud moments all the time. I don't know if I have like a pinnacle that I would say of that. I think probably the expected answer is to say when I won Sales Manager of the Year is probably the expected answer.
But I don't feel like that's
but it's
you,
not
though.
really.
Yeah,
No,
that's very
no,
showy.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's
for
not
you.
really.
That's
I
not
mean,
you.
I'm like that's not really a.
No, I feel like there's an aha moment somewhere that
Yeah.
just driving down the road or
Yeah.
something.
I mean, it's really kind of whenever I started to have people that reached out to me that said they want to be a part of the team.
Oh, yeah.
And whenever I had people that have actually left us and then want to come back to us,
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
that's a great feeling. So, you know, whenever I have salespeople that have left for whatever reason, and then they maybe a year later are like, hey, would you take me back? I want to be a part of the team again. And so that's a great feeling because that lets me know that they went to the other side, so to speak, or they went to another place, another builder, or maybe they just retired. And then they said, you know what, I'm missing that. I really enjoy. I was actually talking to a coworker yesterday, another leader that was in another division even, and she was talking about how she just misses TriPointe people. She misses the way we do things. So yeah, I think that's probably one of the things I'd be the most proud of is making a culture, or I didn't make it, helping facilitate and create an environment to make that culture, because I don't think there's one person that makes culture.
Sure.
I think the environment has to be set for that, and then it depends on who's in the room. And so the ingredients were there, and you know, as leaders in the company, you know, and there's multiple. There's not just me, of course. We influence that, right? And so creating a culture that they enjoy so much that they would leave and say, I want to come back, or I miss it. You know, I miss those people. I miss what you guys have. So I think that's probably, that's probably
impactful.
That'd probably be the proudest thing.
As you should be.
It's got to be because a lot of sales counselors think the grass is greener,
Always.
you know,
Yeah.
and for them to make that call back
Yeah.
doesn't happen every day.
It doesn't. But I think it sometimes is, you know, for a salesperson, sometimes it's like the chasing the money thing.
Yeah.
And then sometimes the realization is that maybe money is not everything. You know, maybe it's
Culture.
or
We've
maybe
had-
it's life, you know,
Yes.
having good life, you know,
Sure.
and people that believe in you and that pour into you and that value you and support you. And so I did a ton of interviews in the first probably year or two of me being in the position. And it was really fascinating to me to hear about some salespeople's experiences at other places. I'm like, well, come on, let's go. Let's go.
It's quality of life. We use the term
Quality
quality,
of
of life
Yeah.
all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So when you're not leading a team, what do you do in your what little bit of spare time you have?
What is
But
that?
no, I know
Spare
you
time.
have some activities and hobbies and things that you like to do.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. I do. So a couple things. So one of the things I like to do is I'm involved in my church, and I'm on their worship team, and so
You sing, yes?
I do.
You sing?
Yes, he sings.
Don't ask. It's not happening.
No, I'm not going to sing.
Price
Yes.
is like, we're ready.
She's
You've
like-
got a mic in front of you.
She's
Go
like,
now.
You've got a mic.
Go now.
We've got a whiteboard.
Dim the lights.
Yes.
Draw me a painting.
And
Yeah.
sing
Draw
while
me-
you're
yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in your church
do.
choir, I'm assuming.
Yes. So we've got we've got two different groups. We've got those that are, we call them the frontline people, the people that are on the front, and then and those are the ones that have their own mic, and then you have the choir, and so
And that's your wife, correct? She
my
has her
wife.
own mic.
No,
What?
my Paige would never probably
I
ever
thought
do that.
she sang as well. No.
No.
Paige, I'm sorry.
No.
I thought for sure.
Are
No.
you a bass or an
She's
alto?
probably laughing right now.
Is it alto? Are you an alto or a bass?
I love it. So I started off as a bass, actually.
Okay.
But I am neither. Actually, it's a tenor. So there's
That's what
so
it is.
bass
There
and
you go.
tenor
Yeah,
are the two.
bass and tenor.
Yeah.
Soprano and
laughing.
alto is female.
You got it. You got
Yeah.
it. So I'm laughing because
I was in choir.
yeah,
Long
there you
time
go. Long time ago.
Listen, I knew what alto was.
Yeah. So a lot of times we will sing alto, which is why I'm laughing. Is because
Well,
a lot of
tenor and
times-
alto
Yeah.
are
Yeah, they're right there. They're similar.
they're like this.
Yeah. Yeah. The tenors always have to help out the altos every once in a while.
Yes,
you
the
know?
tenors do have to help out the alto.
So sometimes I need
So you're a
help.
tenor.
I am.
Okay.
Okay.
So you sing. What else?
Yeah. So I'm also, I mean, you already said I do Ironman, or I've done Ironman. I've done 3 of those. So
Oh my God, I would die.
no, you want it. You could do it.
Ask her.
You could do it.
I no. It's
Really?
it's a no.
Look how much
No.
faith she doesn't have in
could
me.
do it.
I have a lot of faith in Price for
No.
a lot of things.
She could do it.
Exercising
not
is
a-
not.
Iron
Not a strong
Man
man.
is not her
Iron
that
Man.
I went to
no.
one of her spin classes because it was supposed to be for fun.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Heard that.
She
Heard that podcast. Y'all talked about
unclipped
that.
It
from
wasn't
the
fun.
bike
I
and just
unclipped
sat
myself
there.
and I was like, I'm good.
She didn't even pedal.
Okay. All right.
I made it 30 minutes. But Iron Man.
That's half, right?
Wait,
Well, with Iron Man, you bike, you run, and you
Swim.
swim.
Mhm.
he
correct?
does
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
That is a lot of
Just for
exercising.
the record, you're encouraging me to talk about Ironman right now. So
Yes.
I
well,
usually.
yeah.
And what is the duration of those 3?
20
You mean like how
day,
long?
isn't it? It's a day, isn't it?
No, he
Well,
can
no, like-
do that in like no time.
See what you say to that answer.
No time.
How long?
No, it's not a day. You do that
That's a whole,
relatively
They shut down
fast.
the woodlands all day
I meant
for
like
it.
the
They do.
distance.
Well, they do because they have people that aren't like
I have
Jonathan's stature.
140.6 miles.
So
is
they
how
have
long
some
it is.
stragglers. Like if you and I were to participate, that would be. I mean, they'd
Y'all be
have to
calling it
send
in.
people.
I'd be dead last.
But okay,
You could
Jonathan,
do
what
it.
is your record?
This
You
is
could
the
do it.
differentiator die. I would die.
You could do it.
What is your record?
I don't know. I don't know.
Ballpark it
11 hours ish.
of exercising.
Yeah.
Great.
of exercising.
Yeah.
It's a
Of movement.
What
competition.
goes on? No, I'm
What-
actually
what is
genuinely
it?
curious. What goes on in your mind?
I'm genuinely. The other time,
when you're
fake
exerc-
curious. Now genuinely curious.
Like, what do you sing songs? Do you listen to music? Do you
No, you're not allowed to do that.
what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No music.
So what do you do for
That's a
these
rule.
11?
You
Do
just
you
worry about all
talk?
the emails you missed?
Yeah.
Can you have something
Yeah.
like in
What
your
deals
ear?
am I missing right now? huh?
You can't have like
No.
any.
It's
what?
not allowed. Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Wait, but
So
normal
Ironman
marathons
rules-
you can.
Yeah, because that's running. Like this is biking and this is swimming, biking, and
This
I
running.
know,
is
but I figured like
hardcore
once you get off and
exercising.
run,
No,
what's
they
the
don't let you.
last leg running?
Running.
I would figure you could
After
pop
you
in a
run
little
last?
some
They wouldn't let
music.
you. Yeah.
You run last.
Yeah.
So you
And-
bike, then swim, then run.
Right.
So what's the distance on the bike?
All right. So bike 112 miles. No. First is the swim.
Well,
And how far is that?
That's 2.4 miles.
swimming 2 miles.
Just
Yeah.
2.4.
2.4 to be exact.
What's the point for?
I don't know.
Okay,
It's
so
probably
we're
done in
to-
kilometers. Is probably what it is. And
differentiate.
you know,
Where do you
That's right.
swim?
I swim in just a regular pool, but like whenever you
For the
do,
Ironman.
yeah, for Ironman, I mean you swim in a lake generally.
Yeah, Lake Woodlands
Like-
is where they swim.
Like I'm doing a half Ironman on Sunday.
Like
And
this
so-
Sunday?
Yeah.
Are there animals in the lake?
Sometimes.
Well, there's- Yeah.
And they pulled out a giant snake one time.
My goodness.
But there's so many people swimming
Just
that
toss that
they're
in
not going to come up and mess with you.
I mean-
okay, so 2.4
Sure,
miles,
yes.
and then you get off, dry off, and hop
Yeah.
on your bike.
Correct.
Because that seems comfortable.
For
Yeah.
100 miles.
112.
112.
112. It's like 2.4.
I biked
Yeah,
12
right.
miles this morning
12 miles. Good job.
on a
100
stationary
more.
bike.
I did a stationary bike this morning.
Did you?
I
What
did.
time do you get up? You mentioned that.
I
You
was,
get up
like
early
I
with
was
me.
stationary
Yeah.
this morning.
Huh? Yeah,
I was stationary.
You did the stationary bike without the bike.
She
Right?
in her bed.
I just
Right.
no. I would like sit on the bike and just like be on the phone.
Oh,
From 0.0
yeah.
miles.
Yeah, that just
You just
She didn't even clip in.
0.0 miles.
you sat on the bike and talked on the phone.
yes. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
in my car.
but didn't pedal.
No, she didn't even pedal. She just quit pedaling and leaned against the back wall. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, this is not about price and I.
No.
Okay,
Not.
so 112 miles, no
Yeah.
music.
No music,
Oh.
not allowed. Well, it's a safety concern. That's why, because they don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
like,
that makes
could we distract?
sense. That does
Yeah,
make sense. You're
yeah.
distracted, or
Yeah.
there's the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then you
Yeah.
run
Then you run
for.
a marathon. Yeah, 26.2. Yeah.
So how does it feel when you're done?
How does it feel? So
serious.
like the first time I did it, it felt like I mean, I already said die. Now I
was like
want to say
death?
death again.
Yeah.
It felt bad. Like it was really hard.
I can imagine this.
But like I made it
Must
through.
have not been bad enough because you've gone
I
back
did
now
it two
twice.
more times after
Yeah,
that, yeah.
you're
So,
doing.
Yeah. I like a challenge. Did I mention that? I like
You
a challenge.
did.
So so I finished it and then I went to the medic tent and was like, hey, like I don't feel so good.
Am I okay?
Yeah.
Am I gonna
and I
live?
don't remember a lot
Am
of
I
the
gonna
night.
make
Okay.
it out alive?
I'm a self
Actually.
counselor. I'm dying here.
Right, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then the $1 million question is:
Okay.
do you have the tattoo like everyone has?
I don't. I know.
Okay, so you're just not
I
going to
know.
do that. You're not going to.
so we're all
So-
gonna go get tattoos after this.
So it's funny. Yeah, go for it.
I'm not.
I mean,
Mine
you
will be
should.
Iron Man.
Okay. I mean, you know.
Mine will say
do it, like,
differentiate or
in
die.
advance. By the way, yeah, you can't go get the tattoo unless you do the race. Like that's a rule.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
Like,
No,
yeah.
I don't want it.
Oh, do artists
That's another rule.
they're called tattoo artists
Yeah.
know that they won't do it? Like,
They
what do you
should
have to
know.
do? Go and show a paper or
I
something
mean,
like
they have
you
to.
ran
They
it?
should have to show like their finisher certificate. or
You got
something.
your
They
papers?
should.
That's like
There
an
should be a
unwritten- that's an
requirement.
unwritten rule.
It's an unwritten rule.
Oh,
So
okay.
It's not like in the tattoo handbook.
Right.
Like, oh, this guy's
Right.
Iron Man. Okay.
Yeah.
Spell Haynes.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. How much money?
There's,
Yeah,
a,
we're
there's a
good.
Y in there. I was looking for Haynes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, so,
yeah.
no tattoo.
No tattoo.
Because my neighbor did it, and
Yeah.
of course that was the first thing he
Yeah.
went.
Do you want
got.
the tattoo? Do you want the tattoo for it?
I thought a lot about getting the tattoo, but I never did.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm like, I've done 3 of them. Like,
So you're not going to get 3
Whatever.
little.
you know, I've got lots of friends that have them. I actually one of my training buddies who is like side by side with me with all these races. He's done 11, and he doesn't have the
11.
tattoo either. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I would.
Well,
simply
now at
pass
this point, I
away.
feel like
Nicholas
it's
Skitlin,
more of a
shout out.
challenge to.
Sorry, I was go ahead.
No,
More
I
of a
think it's
challenge?
more of a challenge to just not get it now. Just see how many you can do without getting the
Just
tattoo.
stack them up.
I'm gonna peer pressure you to get the tattoo.
I
Every
don't
time
think
I
that's
see
possible.
I'm gonna do my best.
I'm pretty resilient.
I can see that. You're very resilient.
So yeah, I don't feel like I don't feel a big drive for it. I will tell you, part of my problem though with it is that, I mean, obviously it's permanent. I mean,
Yes.
you can remove it, but being with some of my art background, like I would probably want to be like, okay, let's change it a little bit. Let's change it a little bit. Like, you know, so that's
Oh.
part of the equation there.
You want to
Like-
paint your own.
You
Yeah,
want to make
and
your own Iron Man tattoo?
I mean, I would, but then I probably would like a year later be like, let's change that. And then a
Oh.
year later from that, I'll be like, yeah, let's change that.
Well, you just have to run another one, and then you do a rendering for
Right.
every one
Before
of
you
your
know
runs.
it, your
It
whole
ended up
leg's
being this
covered.
big.
You well, I mean, you've got another
Yeah.
leg then.
That's right.
So
You got 2. Go for it. I do have 2 legs. Thanks for pointing it out.
okay, so
We unearth everything here. So
That's right.
sing.
I've met triathletes, by the way, that don't have 2 legs, and they're amazing.
Oh my goodness,
They're amazing.
That's incredible.
That
No, that's
I'm
incredible.
serious.
No,
Like-
I'm
I
being
know.
serious.
I'm
Like
sorry,
amputees
and
that
I
are just amazing human
No,
beings. Like-
it's incredible watching them.
Like I feel like a slacker because I'm like, you guys are
yes,
incredible.
Yes, and I can't even bike for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
and
I
that's what we say. You got to get up and move your body because we're lucky enough that we can move our
Yeah,
bodies.
you're fortunate.
Yes.
Fortunate to have a working
You're
body.
asking a lot.
That's not the way she sees it.
Okay. All right. So, what else?
Yeah.
Is there anything else about Jonathan that we don't know that you do in your spare
That I
time?
don't.
Yes, before we
I
wrap
don't
up.
do. I mean, I love my family. I love
I
my
know
children.
that.
And so, hanging out with them. And
How many?
I got four.
Four
Four.
kiddos?
Four, yeah.
Boys, girls,
Four.
mix.
I have my oldest is Preston, who we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
He's 15, and then I got an 11, and then I got a 9, and then I got a 2.
Ooh,
Girl is the youngest.
Yes.
girls the youngest.
She's the baby. Yeah. So she's protected by 3 older brothers.
Oh yeah,
She
So.
is. Yeah.
baby girl,
That's right.
baby girl.
She's protected, all sides.
Well, we so enjoyed having you on
Thanks.
the TM New Home Connection. I had a
Appreciate
great
it.
time.
Yes.
You learned a lot.
I learned.
And we
I'm
didn't
gonna,
even use the whiteboard.
It's usually not learning as much.
I'm gonna need like a whole day to like digest all of this.
She is.
Seriously.
Write down everything you learned on the whiteboard.
Price is going to go
Text it
back
to
in
John.
her memory bank and be like, wait, I thought I knew.
I thought he just started.
I really did learn a lot. And I'm glad I did. Again, this is why
know.
we have this podcast. It's to bring leaders like you in here and people just here in the industry to tell their story and teach us and to also teach the viewers and the listeners about the industry and just different backgrounds, different walks of life. But what I have learned is I want to see a painting.
Okay.
I want to hear you
Yes.
sing
Okay.
and differentiate or
Wow.
die.
That is
Golly.
the differentiator
He may
die.
you
know.
have to do a
Ironman.
triathlon or Ironman
Yes.
or something for those things.
Oh, and we gotta get you
Ooh,
get the
that's a good
tattoo.
idea.
Oh,
What?
yeah. And you're running
Make a
this
requirement.
weekend.
I am, yeah.
Well, good
In
luck.
Galveston, yeah.
Oh, in Galveston.
It'll
How
be
far
fun.
are you running?
It's a half Ironman, so it's
So it's
13.1. Yeah,
Mm,
the run.
racing.
You
Wait,
just
are
the
you
run
swimming
part?
in the ocean?
Yeah,
With
Oh.
the sharks.
probably.
In Galveston?
They have
Yeah.
hammerheads in Galveston.
It's right outside Moody, like Moody Gardens, where the park.
Good luck.
I will be on. I have a shark tracker. I will track. I will track the
All right.
sharks for you.
Cool.
What day
Appreciate
is
that.
it? Saturday.
Appreciate it.
Sunday.
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 Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
make
Sunday.
sure if there's a
Sunday.
hammerhead,
Yep.
I'm gonna text you like,
Text
hey,
him
there's
all the
a
report. He'll appreciate that.
Let me know.
hammerheads are mean.
Let me know. I've swam next to a hammerhead, by the way.
Intentional.
Another
Like
podcast.
you
Another
were in a
podcast.
cage or
No.
you just decided to go
No.
on, jump right
I was
in?
like snorkeling and I saw a hammerhead and I'm like, that's cool. And so I.
Where were
swam
you
after it.
snorkeling at?
Bahamas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this on the Chesmar trip when we went?
Was it that trip? It could have been that trip. I can't remember.
When they took us to the Bahamas?
Yes.
That was a good
fun.
time.
You straight up swam with a hammerhead?
Yeah.
He was.
Straight up.
Straight up.
He likes a
Yeah,
challenge.
like a challenge.
Woo.
Shut down the Hardy Toll Road. Let's do some zigzags. That's
Wait,
where we
what?
bike. That's where we bike. We bike on the Hardy Toll Road. For Ironman?
Like pedal bike or
Wait,
motorcycle
what?
bike?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's not a joke.
I thought you
The
were in
Hardy
the
Toll Road-
woodlands.
Well, yeah, you start in the woodlands, but you got, I mean, it's
Yeah, go.
112 miles. You've got to go somewhere.
Stretch
You,
it.
you basically go to
circles.
Dallas.
I mean, you
You
go
stretch
up
zip
and
codes.
down. Yeah, Hardy.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not a joke. That's
I am
serious.
impressed with your exercising.
Are you?
I'm very impressed with your exercising. Seriously.
He's probably the first guest that just, is like, oh, I swam with a shark.
Yeah.
The only other one I could think would maybe be Don Klein, but
I could see him doing
yeah,
that.
oh, he'd totally do
Yeah.
that.
After he climbs a 14er.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Price isn't speechless a whole lot. So.
No, she is really taking
Good
this
job.
all in.
It's just a shark.
Thank
job,
you, my
I'm
friend.
terrified of sharks.
Are you really?
I'm terrified of sharks.
You're like, are we going to ever wrap
I
this?
love them.
Jonathan,
love me a
I'm
shark.
out of mushrooms, so we're gonna have to call it,
Yes.
kids. But Jonathan, truly, thank you. We
Yeah.
have enjoyed watching you shine in this industry,
Yes.
and it is
Appreciate
fun
you.
to hear the journey of your path. And you were born to be a leader, so it's no surprise that you are doing so well in
Amazing.
your new role. Congratulations to you, your team,
Thank
and
you.
we appreciate the partnership and the friendship. So
Thank you.
thank
Cheers
you.
to that.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Absolutely.